Nathan was called the Forgotten Frontiersman by local author Caroline Bills. And I think that really is a great description of Nathan's life, because of course he grew up in the shadows of his world-famous father, Daniel Boone. But as I like to jokingly tell everyone, that Nathan did everything that his father did. He did it better, and unfortunately you still have never heard of him. Nathan fought in the War of 1812, helping to defend several small outpost forts around the St. Charles, Lincoln, Warren County areas. He cut one of the first roads into the Missouri wilderness to serve his saltworks business that you can visit today at Boone's Lick State Historic Site. That road became known as the Boone's Lick Road, or the Boone's Lick Trail, and it would become the starting point of really the gateway to the west. People could take that road and stop at Arrow Rock and get on the Santa Fe Trail, or later on head all the way out to St. Joseph and get on the start of the Oregon Trail. Nathan was involved heavily in surveying in his time in Defiance, Missouri. In his lifetime there in Defiance, they would accumulate enough wealth to build a 4-story stone mansion that unfortunately today is known as the Daniel Boone home. So it's really incorrectly named. That was Nathan's home, and if you have the opportunity to visit it, it is a beautiful sight, and it really shows off the wealth that Nathan and Olive possessed. Now Olive, during this time, she was a homemaker. She was taking care of everything while Nathan was out moving around. The couple would have 14 children. 13 of those children would make it to adulthood, which I think says a lot about Olive's ability to live on the frontier. You have to put yourself in Olive's shoes as well. At several times during the War of 1812, she had to evacuate in the middle of the night to these outpost forts in fear that the Native Americans' attack was coming, and it may be the last stand. Now, there was a perfect storm that brought the Boones west one last time here to the Boone homestead. And that perfect storm is made up of 3 parts. First, after Nathan failed to win election to the newly created state government, he decided to rejoin the military. And he was in his 50s when he decided to rejoin the military. He would be stationed at Fort Gibson in Oklahoma Territory, more than a 3 weeks ride from his home there in Defiance. The second thing that was happening was that Nathan had a chance encounter with a gentleman by the name of Gottfried Duden. And Gottfried, by all accounts, was just a German tourist who stopped at the St. Louis Land Office that said, "Hey, I'd like to purchase some land in the area." The St. Louis Land Office sent him to see Nathan. Gottfried, I think, struck up a friendship with Nathan. They were both about the same age. They were both veterans of wars. Nathan started showing Gottfried around. Gottfried would end up purchasing property just west of Nathan's home. He would only make it 4 years in the frontier of Missouri. He returned to Germany with intentions of returning, but he never did. What he did do was write a best-selling travel guide that spurred the German migration to the Missouri River Valley. So soon, that small, quaint neighborhood around Nathan's 4-story stone mansion there in Defiance quickly became home to several thousand immigrants. And the other thing that really spurred this perfect storm on was the fact that Nathan had co-signed a loan that a friend of his had basically defaulted on. And Nathan, being the co-signer of this loan, the bondsman, you can imagine, either had to find the friend so he could pay off the debt, or Nathan was going to be responsible for that debt. As you can imagine, Nathan wasn't able to find that friend, and the debt was to the tune of several thousand modern dollars. So we speculate that to settle that debt, he sold the Defiance, Missouri house. So it was really the perfect storm that forced the Boones west here to Greene County. If you join me on another short hike, I'll tell you the rest of the story.